have you here. The queen of broadcasts is here. You're welcome. So good to have you here. Welcome to Rumbi Uncensored. It's a beautiful Friday. We're getting to the weekend with a bang, y'all. You are all welcome. Don't forget to thumbs up the video. Thumbs up the video. Share some love, y'all. Cheers to the weekend. Yo. So good to have you here. I'm so glad, y'all. Shout out to you all. So good to have you here. All right. It's a beautiful Friday. Happy Friday, everyone. Welcome to Ruby Uncensored. I tell you, I'm extremely excited. You know, I'm a bearer of good news. I've never been here just, mess up with your minds. No. I must say shout out to the revolution, guys, the revolution, because this is why we are where we are today. Can I tell you, people are having sleepless nights discussing about the very same country, going from pillar to post. It's not an easy journey, but here we are. At least we are moving forward, guys. At least, some people have been complaining that no, in Zimbabwe we talk a lot, but there's no action. No, it's time for action. So cheers to the weekend and cheers to the idiots that are almost like facing jail. Hello. Okay, I just wanted to make sure everyone is okay. So Emerson Mnangagwa is threatening to resign. I'm like, no, you don't have to threaten. Say, resign now. That's what we have been pursuing. You need to go. Okay, you're gonna hear more details as we move along. Yeah, he's threatening to resign. Again, that we never wanted to be in the place. He's threatening to resign. No, goodbye, say, and you go and have good time wherever you are. But we want all our money back, y'all. All our money back. Anyway, let me read the tweet that I saw, but there's more details that I'm going to give you later on. So I hear there's a president in SADC who is threatening to resign because criminals around him are going to be arrested. This means you are the main criminal chief. Go hang. Emerson Mnangagwa also dropped his trip to go to United Nations because when he was told that, no, we need these people behind bars, okay, there's evidence of them stealing money from the state. Bear in mind, guys, this is an introduction. There's a lot of people we are going to be facing jail. This is just an introduction, okay? And we know the main chiefs, criminals, operate openly. They're not hiding, okay? They're not hiding. And Zuma said he must resign. It serves everyone right. But like I said, you hear more details as I move along. But I must also send this message to police Zimbabwe and say greatness lies in taking risks. Okay, I guess you guys have seen what's going on in South Africa right now with the Commission of Inquiry. That was initiated by the Commissioner of Police, General Mkwananzi. And I must tell you that what's going on in South Africa today will shock you as we move along, because Zimbabweans are also tied to the criminals that are going down here in South Africa. When I came here and I told you these are gangs, okay, you were thinking I'm just trying to throw words. Like, no, I'm not throwing words. I know what I'm talking about. Okay, we spend our time investigating, doing our research on these idiots, so we know how they operate. Just hang on a bit for me, please. Okay. Anywho, we move along. I hope you guys can hear me well. Please confirm you can. I'm sure you should. Anyway, so I wanted you to listen to something very interesting. Okay. That General Mukwananzi said, pay attention. This was his introduction, because I'm going somewhere. We are going exactly where we're supposed to be now. So take a listen to General Mukwananzi's introduction during the inquiry. That is what, right now in South Africa, take a listen quickly, please.
Commissioner, on the 6th of July, when I made this address before the South Africans, it was because I wanted to inform the public about the level of challenges that we're experiencing as a South African police service in relation to the work we do as the police, which involve criminality and the political interference on the work that we do as the police, which will also include corruption within the value chain of the justice system, which we are part of as law enforcement. And that's why the presentation that is attached here will be used as a reference, which is marked. I'm not going to refer to all of them, but by and large, commissioners, that was to brief the nation to understand what challenges are we facing as the South African Police Service.
Are you the sole author of the content of that document, or do you have other people or persons that participate in the creation of that document and the information contained therein?
I must indicate, Commissioner, that this briefing which I made on the 6th of July, it is a product of the collective and collaborative efforts of various units within the South African Police Service, the majority of men and women in blue in this service who were responsible for, together with myself, in compiling this document. It is therefore a reflection of the common concerns that we share as colleagues in different ranks within the service, which made us to have a common desire for these problems to be resolved, and in order to enable these members of the service to be able to serve with honor and dignity.
You make what I consider to be an important point at paragraph 11 that I think you should share with the Commission, which would seem to speak to a risk in the absence of positive action. What is that risk? What is the fear and what is the risk?
Commissioner, on this paragraph level, it has been my aim that I want to demonstrate that the criminal justice system has been subject to a continuous threat, as well as sabotage, which has been with us over an extended period, to a point where we believe it is at real risk of a total collapse if nothing is done. Therefore, an urgent and effective interventions are required in order to avert this outcome. And I believe this commission will stand to play a very important role in order to help us to prevent this total collapse of the justice system in our country.
Your statement in that part concludes with a personal message. Would you like to deliver it at paragraph 12?
Yes, that's correct, Commissioner. As we had appeared before the South Africans on the 6th of July, I must first thank the media in South Africa for affording us an opportunity to be able to share our challenges with the public, which then, as a result, it helped the state president to establish this commission following that press briefing, which we also appreciate, as this commission is going to help us to deal with the challenges that we are facing as we execute our duties. And lastly, I want to thank the general public for having received our message very well. And I'm sure what we're going to talk about is not necessarily everything that the public are experiencing out there in terms of the experience they have as they interact with the justice system, but it is mainly to address those that we were speaking about on the 6th of July.
All right, very interesting introduction for those that have been following the Commission of Inquiry. But this is what I'm going to say. The criminals in South Africa are very much linked to the criminals in Zimbabwe. For your own information, wait and see. It's going to blow up. But here's the interesting part. In Zimbabwe, they're taking action. Like I said, you'll hear more details as we move along. But right now, I came right here. My grandfather, whom I love, I think before I proceed, I just want to say to people that have joined this live for the first time, you are welcome, but don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you ring the bell because we are heading towards the most sensitive time of our life. When I told you last time that the revolution did not come here to negotiate, some of you thought I was playing games. No. This is our land. Zimbabwe is not Mnangagwa. Mnangagwa is not Zimbabwe. Mnangagwa is a public servant, and you should be treated as such. So I want to say this. Please don't forget to thumbs up the video and share in your groups right now because many people need to be informed. I am expecting Zimbabweans to hold hands and put a stop to the shenanigans that's going on in our country. Be careful. Politicians have mastered the art of hyping you because Zimbabwe is bigger than any politician who is or will ever come. Okay. So I was telling you earlier on that my grandfather was a polygamist, incredible man, great man. Okay, he went to heaven. But it's my responsibility to make sure that at least I play a part in propelling his legacy, passing the baton to the next generation with integrity, dignity, respect, and humility. And I pray that it is almost every Zimbabwean wish or desire to execute the very same energy. Anyway, Chinese people now are doing as they please in our country. Did you guys saw Zimbabweans that were stabbed? Okay, I'm saying stabbed by Chinese gangs or thugs that were brought in by Emmerson Mnangagwa's children. Okay? Anyway, I know that some of you have been following very closely to what Charlie Kaki said. I know it has been an issue. You can never separate Zimbabwe with the global. It's a global village. Charlie Kirk said something very interesting that I want you to listen to as we move along, talking about the criminals that are now heading towards the most interesting times of their life. Life in prison, if not facing firing squad. I'm just saying, it is what it is. You can never hide because we'll get you, we'll drag you. Even if you're in UAE, we'll drag you back to Zimbabwe to pay for your sins. But take a listen to what Charlie Kirk said. The late, incredible man, I say.
Very important, we must then articulate, what does it mean to be a nation? In English, it is the 3 Ps. It is people, it is principles, and it is place. You remove one of the 3, you'll start to disappear. Remove 2 out of 3, you're basically gone. 3 out of 3, you don't exist. So let's play this out. First of which is people. This is the most obvious. If all of a sudden Japan became all Muslim from Saudi Arabia, it wouldn't be Japan. But let's also talk about place. If all of a sudden we took the entire population of Japan and put you on Madagascar, is that Japan? No, it's something else. That's not the place that your ancestors are buried. That's not the place that you love. That's not the place with the shrines that you take seriously. So place really matters. But also principles. Right. And don't forget the principles part. This is America is a principle nation alongside the other 2. What are the ethics, duty, the culture, and the history? The globalists seek to remove all 3. They don't want you to live in your land anymore. They don't want the people to be there, and they want to change the principles of what it means to be in Japan. If you can articulate those 3 things, we can better then coordinate and harmonize our shared objectives against the globalists. It's place, it's people, and it's principles.
Simple. Place, people, and the principle. A Zimbabwean person, okay? Zimbabwe is your land. It's the land of your forefathers. That's where you belong. You can go and work, but go back to Zimbabwe. And then protecting the legacy of your grandparents. And introduce your children to the very same ancestral land. You're not just going to be sitting there and saying, nobody, okay, no, we want to go back to Zimbabwe. It's as simple as that. and the principle. What do we stand for as a country? What that makes me to be a Zimbabwean? What is it? What is it? It's the conversation we are all heading towards now. We are discussing what is it that make me you a Zimbabwean, not sitting and watch what criminals do as they please, drugging your children, stealing your future, destroying your destiny, abuse our people, torturing as they please, arrest at will, lock innocent fathers and mothers in prison for their own personal gain. It's ending, and it's ending now. Watch and learn. I've said it many times. Anyway, Kasukure said, being closely following the ZANU-PF deliberations in the past few days, remarkable in the deliberations was the unequivocal statement by Idi Mnangagwa that the country is heading for elections in 2028. This is welcome and puts paid to attempts to subvert the constitution. Secondly, a combined stand by the Presidium against corruption in the country. I must say that the most corrupted person is Emmerson Mnangagwa. Anyway, I love the approach that they are taking because eventually we'll get to the bottom of what we're trying to do. Gone are the days where we can be playing games and just calling people to order. The most corrupt man in Zimbabwe is Emmerson Mnangagwa. That's where we are today. So where they can try to play his games, and by the way, fathers, don't trust him. If you want to threaten resigning, he must resign now. There's no need for threats. We want him to resign now. Okay, it is as simple as that. And then Zivu said, "Jikananda Nguwaya kutiza yashika. Vunzai Kasukure na Jonathan Moyo kuti ma routes or ma roots ari safe ari kupi. Uye kuti zimudududu. Zino wani kwepi. Patava pachata. Remember Jonathan Moyo." When he was getting to Kenya, you remember him with the motorcycle? Yes, because now the time has arrived for the wicked people to pay. Okay, but I must also tell you that as much as we talk about the politics in Zimbabwe, we can never distance ourselves from the shenanigans that's going down in ZANU-PF. I guess that's why you listen to Geza. He made it very clear that it will be actually foolishness to say we can come here and introduce a new Zimbabwe, a new start, a new path, a new culture without zeroing into the nonsense that has been going on or still going on in the country today. He made it very clear because some people always come, politicians have a tendency of saying, no, it's a ZANU-PF fight. Can I tell you who sponsors that? Emmerson Mnangagwa sponsored that narrative. And I find that some people are genuinely in the opposition even say the same thing. Oh, it's a ZANU-PF fight. Hello? It's a Zimbabwean fight, sir. Our people in the diaspora, not because of ZANU-PF, because it's of the land that we are being denied to be part of, right? So don't come here with all these funny statements because politicians can hype you guys. It's time for us to ask the right questions. The time of being hyped is gone. I don't have to shrink my destiny because someone wants a position, because politicians are simply people looking for jobs. Why would the entire country be sabotaged because someone wants a job? Hello? No, that time is gone. We're not playing games. But I want to remind you to what Chris Muchangwa said. There he spoke like a father, but there's a lot that he actually said that people did not listen to. He said a lot. Take a listen to Chris Muchangwa, please.
I want to repeat. The development-centered person in this party is number one. Vamnangagwa. Mazvinzwa. Ndiye shasha iyoyo. Vamwe vese vamakuda kutsvaga vasvike pavari. Mazvinzwa ka? Saka ngamusape maaccolades kune vanhu vamangonhunga muroad movati ndo shasha. Number one ndi President Mnangagwa created the prosperity aita kuti vanhu vese vamakutaura vave pa. Particularly after the Second Republic. I went one by one through what I said are the sinews of this economy. Tobacco, gold, the remittances of the diaspora, the steel industry, the restoration of Manikal and the Baira porters, these are what creates economic fundamentals, the sinews of this economy. It doesn't come from these individuals who are trying to talk to. So we will pay credit where they don't belong. We will not accept foisted heroes in this party. Don't foist us with your heroes. We will not accept foisted heroes. We know our heroes. And those are not one of them. We will not accept.
All right, have you ever, I understand when parents speak, and I think Geza did the same thing. When they hit the tape, When they hit the table, you're like, oh, hold on. But we know they emphasize and say, hey, don't do that. I'm like, I hear you. Okay, I hear you. You said the old generation is not like us, because us, we are like, yes and no. It's no, don't do that to me. And that is it. Okay, don't do that. That's it. And but when you carry on, I'm like, don't, you know? Yeah, but anyway. So Chris Mchanga spoke like a father, but there he was referring to Tagwirei because of this narrative in Zimbabwe that Tagwirei is a rich man. Hello? Where does he work? I was waiting to see their companies during the agricultural show. Show us where your businesses are. How much are you actually getting every year? Show us the revenue. What about your tax? How much are you paying? It's just that he has got businesses, but there's no track record. But what he's saying here, very wisely so, is Emmerson Mnangagwa is the real man that has done all the nonsense we're seeing today. We have lost a lot of money because now the issue at hand is that there's money that has been stolen in ZANU-PF party. Okay, by the way, I also want to ask a question. It's like, where did ZANU-PF party got the money? It means the money was stolen from the people. Not only a lot of money, billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars stolen by the very same gangs, okay, gangsters, gangs, whatever you call them, but these are criminals. But I won't say this because we had a chat with someone this morning, and I was shocked when he said to me, keep quiet, let me explain to you what really happened. I thought I can share with you. He said, you see, the people that actually laid down in Zimbabwe are the people between 45 years and 55 years, so it means I'm safe. 45 years and 55 years, because what these people did is at the moment they saw that Zimbabwe was trying to, lose its taste, they were leaving the country. They could not confront the problem. Bear in mind, even Mohadi is on record saying that we received the country from the white person, but we actually didn't have a script on how to run it, meaning that most of them didn't even know how to lead the country. Instead of the young people say, let's come together and help you to build the country, politicians threw out a political, what do you call it when you want to, like a political snare, right? Yes. Instead of saying, let's discuss about the country, how can we move it forward? And the people that were born in the late 70s, and the 70s, really need to give us answers because you let the people of Zimbabwe down. That's why you saw all these young people who came eventually via ZANU are very much hyped, but they don't really have to ask the right question. They just get hyped. Let's talk about the Zimbabwe as a nation, not positions that many people are clamoring for. So we have really good leaders, but they never started by ZANU, and it seems like they are being chucked away because no, you don't have the ZANU history. It's like Zimbabwe, if you want to be in politics, you start it as ZANU, fight and cheer out the Chandam and be holding a flag, and then all of a sudden you find yourself at the front. The question is, are you a leader? What motivates you? Is it the love for Zimbabwe and its people? Or it is because you have been promised a position? Very dangerous right there. So Zimbabweans, is the time that we are coming together to discuss. I said everyone, the working class, everybody needs to now talk about Zimbabwe as a nation. Where to from here? Gone are the days of just sitting back and just watch. No, there's no time to watch. We're coming together to fix this country. But what's interesting and respectful for Chiwenga, because I know some of you were saying, Chiwenga do not have no teeth at all. Yeah, I've heard you. No, Chiwenga don't have teeth. No, why is not taking action? Guys, these people are 20 steps ahead of Emmerson Mnangagwa. By the way, these are soldiers. Emmerson Mnangagwa never fought during the war. During the war, he was in Zambia where he was laying bricks. It's on record. His sister said Mnangagwa used to be in Zambia laying bricks. Then when he came here, joined the people by nepotism, he became Mugabe's briefcase carrier. But he did not fight during the struggle. These people were soldiers. They understand how to play the game. They fought the most brutal regime, the Smith regime. You know, Monica Mchanga told you that we took down Smith. What about all these small boys that we're hearing today? Hello? The small boys. So Chiwenga is out here that no, the guys need to be arrested immediately. So I will let me read what Chiwenga has reported. That President Emmerson Mnangagwa was reportedly forced by his Deputy General Chiwenga to abandon the 2030 term extension project, announcing instead that Zimbabwe will hold elections in 2028. He made this announcement yesterday in Harare at a party central committee meeting. He also spoke out against corruption after Chiwenga presented a dossier implicating Mnangagwa's allies, including his chosen successor, Tagwirei, accused him of looting billions through Secunda, which is under American sanctions. Mnangagwa is said to have initially offered to resign, but later changed his mind. Some say it was a gimmick and agree because it's a deceiver. Sources within the police service claim that dockets have already been prepared for the guys to be arrested, awaiting only arrest. This development has led to Mnangagwa cancelling his planned trip to United Nations General Assembly with his advanced team recalled back home. According to information emerging from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, it is further reported that a group of military leaders have written a letter to the political leadership complaining about the obscene levels of corruption crippling the country. So I'm saying respect to the revolution, okay? Yeah, I told you, these people are having sleepless nights. For those who doesn't know, they are working tirelessly in the background. For those who used to sing, Mnangagwa this, Mnangagwa that, I told you, I said Mnangagwa is overrated. He's overrated. It's you who think he's as powerful, but I can tell you, he's powerless. Here we are. Cheers to the future. By the way, I said these guys here are simply the introduction. There's a lot of Zimbabweans who are criminals that will be first the mighty wrath of the law. Yo, when I warned you, when I came here, I told you, stop the evil, stop corruption, stop stealing. You thought, oh, this woman with a big mouth. Hello? Hello? You're waiting for your prophet to tell you that. Anywho, I want to read some of the reactions. Very interesting. Guys, did you actually listen to what Geza said last time when he accused Mnangagwa and Chivhayo of being ritualistic? Do you remember? He said these two are going at it. It's like they're like bodies. Why are you gay? What? Okay. Hello? It's on me, y'all. Like I'm just like saying what I heard. Okay? So the allegations that these guys are more just like, they're just beyond business. They're like close partners. I'm not surprised. A lot of nonsense is going on in Zimbabwe. I'm not surprised, yo, but wow, who am I to judge, yo? I think everyone can do whatever they want to do. But anyway, so they said the relationship between Mnangagwa and Chivhayo is more of a ritualistic relationship. And I wanted to speak more on that. Do I believe it or not? I think I do believe it. I'm sitting at 90%. If you ask me between 1 and 10, I'll say around 9%. 9. Yeah, and because I've never seen them, so but I'm just I can speculate because for me, it's the nonsense that has been going on in Zimbabwe that has been literally shoveled into our mouth to believe that is actually the reality of life. A lot of when I say nonsense, I mean nonsense. Okay, is the stealing of public funds with impunity, is spending public funds openly and brazenly, is the disrespect of our people. I'm talking about the issue of drugging and poisoning kids intentionally so to protect these gangs. It's for me, it's watching the country die. It's never to fix the roads. It's never to buy medication in hospitals. Didn't care if there is a genocide or not. While I'm even there, I'm even shocked and flabbergasted by the fact that Emmerson Mnangagwa and he's part of his gang, this guy, Wikino Chivhayo, wants us to thank them for buying 10 ambulances. Okay, I'm saying for buying 10 ambulances. When in Zambia, we saw almost 100-something ambulances being distributed across the country from the government. So in Zimbabwe, the government no longer exists. I'm talking about ministers are just there as they're just like doors, right? They're just doors. You look at the parliament no longer existing. You see some nonsense things going on there. What's happening that you see is that the money is now in the pockets of these guys. They're doing as they please. So they can spend it openly. So they can show you of their luxury lifestyles. That can only happen when the devil is at work. So when people are literally hanging on something, there's also this scarf thing that no matter what it is, Emmerson Mnangagwa will not leave the scarf. Okay. It doesn't matter where he is. You will not leave the scarf. And there's been a lot of talks around this scarf thing. So I'm saying a 9%. Could what's currently going on in Zimbabwe, like what Geza said, which I can remind you. So what veteran Blessed Geza, Comrade Geza said, has made explosive allegations against President Emmerson Mnangagwa, and it turned up, no, don't even send it, and the criminal, Chivhayo, claiming that the two are involved in a sexual relationship of a ritual nature. By the way, when these people know more than you can imagine, what excites me is when the truth comes out, then freedom reigns. And once again, people will not try us in future. Speaking after the Munmutapa Day commemoration, Munmutapa again was hijacked, stolen. Geza described Chivhayo as having become the first lady to the Mnangagwa and claimed that he has sparked heated debate in political circles. Geza further alleged that Chivhayo has been withdrawing $4 million every month, every week, sorry, my bad. $4 million every week from Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe for the past 2 months, delivering the money in suitcases to Mnangagwa's private Borodale office. He accused Finance Minister Nguwaya Kudakwashe Mnangagwa, as Mnangagwa's son, and Treasury Secretary George Gwamatanga of facilitating the scheme, saying over $24 million has already been siphoned in just 8 weeks. According to Geza, the funds are being used to buy loyalty within ZANU-PF ahead of Mnangagwa's controversial 2030 power extension bid, with provincial chairpersons receiving luxury SUVs and large cash handouts. While none of the parties named have responded, the allegations are unverified but unprecedented highlight growing concerns over patronage, secrecy, and alleged looting at the heart of Zimbabwe's political elite. I'm glad that the military has written a letter to Emmerson Mnangagwa that they're going to arrest the people. Okay, so the criminals will be arrested. We are just, like for me, I just want to see them in chains. I'm tired of talk. I want action. Because if other countries like South Africa are taking action against criminals, guys, the criminal that, to a point where he was now moving around with blue lights. You know when you reach that rank of criminality, is that now you are living, because the police is in your pocket, the judiciary are in your pockets, is in your pocket, the military, some of the guys who are so corrupt are in your pockets, okay? You talk about, what can you say in Zimbabwe? And I must actually say to police people, hello, some of you have missed the best. You missed an opportunity to be great by standing up against criminals. Imagine if then Chiwenga was able to confront Mnangagwa. What stops the police to do so? What stopped some of the military guys to do so then earlier on their own, not waiting for anyone to push you? I told you about the issue of protecting the land, not your job. Because the land meaning the future of your children, meaning your legacy, meaning generations to come. So you'd rather keep your few dollars that you're getting at the expense of your children, their future, and generations after us. Because you're protecting criminals. It's very sad. Now it also explains why Chinamasa was able to protect the criminals. Remember that issue that we spoke about of the message that he sends out in the night? And then everyone was asking, why come Chinamasa send out a statement in the night when criminals said to him, send a statement now? They're also alleging that he's actually part of the syndicate. I'm going to read here. As according to Zim Live report, the dossier presented by Chiwenga claimed that Tagwirei siphoned them funds, which you spoke about. But I want to zero into the issue of Chinamasa, whom they accuse that he's the one that has been facilitating sorry, my bad. Remember, Chinamasa is a illegal guru, meaning that he has been, I'm sure, just speculating that he may have been behind the minds of cruelty or satanism that has been going on in our country, sending innocent fathers to prison who never committed no crime. Okay? Innocent mothers to prison. Children, 1 year baby was in prison. How many months in prison? Never committed no crime. Sweetheart, the child, starting on a very rough patch. Grown men playing a part of such nonsense and expect us to say, but that's all right. No, this time we're protecting the land. It's not about you. It's about the land of our forefathers. If you guys don't sort out the issue of the Chinese, it's not going to end well. I'm very worried. People are extremely angry. Guys, you saw what happened in Nepal? I don't wish it on Zimbabwe. Because the anger in Zimbabwe, I don't think it is as the anger in Zimbabwe is too much. And I pray that since the fathers and Chiwenga has started this game to put Mnangagwa into his place, then you need to do it with wisdom, especially addressing the Chinese and the way they're looting our minerals, because this thing can escalate badly. Because if they have the nerve to stab our people, stabbing our people in their own country. Don't forget, Chinese people were caught with dangerous drugs. We're actually fined $150. But our mothers and sisters can be caught in Banji. They'll be sent to prison for 10 years. Meaning, Chinese people now owning Zimbabwe. They've now colonized the Zimbabwean people. A conversation we need to have. By the way, we are protecting the land of our forefathers. It's my responsibility, like I said, to protect the legacy of my daddy, my grandfather, whom I love, and my people. It's our responsibility. Other countries are doing the same. It's time Zimbabweans we take action. Never to outsource our freedom to politicians again. Those are employees, and they need to know their place. We, the people, need to be in control of our destiny. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section. I won't make it long so that you guys can share with others. Everyone needs to be part and parcel of this conversation. Because now what you are waiting for is for me to come back here, not telling you that people are in chains, showing them in chains, because enough is just enough. They have nowhere to hide, because we're going to rope you from there, drag you to Zimbabwe. Because don't forget that Mnangagwa wants to drag one of a Zimbabwean guy, a businessman, I forgot his name. People know, some of you know him, he says in South Africa. You want to drag him to Zimbabwe when he was arrested. We are also heading this same journey. Enough with thieves. Enough is just enough. I love you guys. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and also to like the video and share with others, especially in your groups. Very important. So we're on our way to Zimbabwe. No way, we can't. Tukunosangana back in Zimbabwe. Now, finally, we are coming back home in numbers. Cheers to criminals. was trying to call me. I love you so much. Bless you and bless Zimbabwe. Bye for now. All right. That's